So apparently, when you turn 19, you're allowed to vote. Is that it? I always forget the rules, but if that's the rule, our show is now allowed to vote because it's episode 19. Am I wrong?
I think so. I think you can vote when you're 18.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I'm pretty sure, in Canada, you can drink when you're 19.
That's the one.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's why I'm wrong. I don't know that stuff. I can't tell a Corona from a Chardonnay. But
one sober year of voting. Right. Yeah.
And what better way to start off episode 19 of Tales from the Treehouse than with underage voting? I'm Andrew Fantasia. Hello.
And I'm trying to stay warm, Amanda.
Yes, you've had a crazy week at your house. Gas leaks and the like. Thankfully, everybody's okay, but it's kind of chilly in there. So everybody send warm thoughts and send warm food if you want. Yeah. Do you have like a P.O. box where people can send you like warm meals?
You know what?
Why not?
That's very thoughtful, but send it to your local food bank. Ooh. In lieu of me. Yeah.
I like it. That's true.
Yeah.
Speaking of warm meals, that's typically the kind of thing you would need to start eating in November when the weather turns cold. And that's also the month when Simpsons decided to just start airing all their Halloween specials for like 8 years in a row. And this is no exception. So Treehouse of Horror 19 is what we're talking about today. Our 19th of 20 treehouses that we'll be diving into in detail. Oh man. So Amanda, this one aired November 2nd, 2008. So close to Halloween. I might be able to forgive it. Like it's on November the 2nd, I'm typically always still riding the high of Halloween. So I would be okay with extending it. It's like going for Christmas dinner at a family's house on like Boxing Day, right? It's like you're still getting the vibes of the holiday season, even though it's technically over. That's what I'm feeling with this date. But it's 2008. Where were you that November?
I was definitely not probably watching The Simpsons on live. That's for sure. For 1 year, one of the years of few that I didn't probably watch this special, where I was probably at work. Probably at work, if I'm being honest. Yeah, most likely. But yeah, November. They definitely didn't air in October anymore.
Yeah. And it's a shame. And I think they may have started back in October eventually, but I don't think we're seeing that in this podcast's lifetime. I think that's way later on.
Yeah.
Did the last one air in October? Like this year?
I don't think so. But let me check. I could be wrong.
I feel like the answer is no, because didn't we have like a record MLB season, like the longest it's ever?
We did.
Thanks to us here in Toronto.
Oh, jeez. No. Yeah. When did?
I don't even know which one it would be. Would it be 30? Treehouse 36? I don't know.
Oh, it aired in October before Halloween. Guess what day?
I'm going to say 25th?
No, even earlier.
Whoa. 15th.
Oh, so close. The 19th.
October 19th. That is early.
Wow. That's really early.
It's almost too early. I don't know
right?
about that. Yeah, that's a weird date. And which number is that? Is that 36?
37.
37.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh, wow. Okay, so okay. The last time it aired, I guess that early, looks like it was like the first episode of The Treehouse. Because it aired on the 25th of October, 1990.
Wow. So
Wow.
this October broke 2 records with Simpsons and with us in the baseball diamond.
Yeah.
Hey, I say us like I was there
Yeah.
standing in right field.
Yeah.
Oh, team. Did I ever tell you I played T-ball when I was a kid? Oh,
I feel like you did.
or 7 years old. Yeah, I didn't do well. Played is a strong word, actually. Our team was actually really good, but it had nothing to do with me.
I was gonna ask how it went because you played when you were a kid, and like that was it.
The ball was on a tee, and I still had a lot of trouble hitting it. Let me put it that way.
Sounds like you were a natural, real phenom.
I was an unnatural. It was a field of nightmares when I was there, not a field of dreams.
Look at him miss. Like, just keep missing it. Like,
I distinctly I have one memory where a kid on like I was in the outfield and the kid who was batting, he hit like a really powerful hit and it came right towards me and I normally never caught stuff. Like catching shit is not one of my talents. And I'm like looking up at it and I'm just like and I caught it and I could hear like the crowd kind of do an intake of breath and then I forgot to clamp my glove shut so it fell out of my glove and I just hear the crowd go, "Oh."
oh no. I was gonna say, if you are good at catching, but you're, were you good at getting hit by things? I like,
No, thankfully,
that's
because I
good.
was like, I was so cowardly that the opportunity never.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw the ball, like,
Yeah, okay. That's good because otherwise, yeah, you learn the hard way. But I'm sorry you almost had it. Almost had it.
almost. Our team, they were undefeated until the playoffs, and in the playoffs they lost everything. So yeah,
That's how it works with the playoffs. It just sucks about it. You either win or you lose. Like you really lose.
yeah. We probably were so cocky walking into those playoffs, and then boy, did we get humbled fast.
Poor children. Golden T-ball awards.
I hope at least one of those kids is still playing. I hope they're like, yeah, man, sport is in my blood. I don't remember their names. For all I know, it could be whatever Bo Bichette. I honestly I don't know.
But like as an adult with the ball on the tee still like that, like they still play like that.
That would be amazing.
Right? Imagine. Just couldn't give it up. Like the bumpers when you go bowling. Like
I should try to go to coach T-ball, come full circle. Speaking of full circle, on when this aired, November 2008, that was when I would have graduated from Humber College. And I remember having the thought when like it was over, I'm like, oh, school is over for me. Like my whole life has been going to school and now that's it. It's done. And now here I am back at school again. So full circle, full circle. It's pretty funny.
back at school. Art imitates life and life imitates high school or school. It's funny.
And at least now I'm old enough to appreciate school. So I'm having a ball.
School's awesome. You get to learn stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing better. All right. Nothing better.
So let's see here. What do we have? We have an opening scene, very topical opening scene where Homer is at the polls. He's trying to vote for Barack Obama, but the polls aren't having it. The machine, the electronic voting machine, has been rigged so that no matter what he presses, it adds a vote for John McCain, including letting him vote 16 straight times for John.
Yeah. I like how he only meant to vote once for him. One time. Only one of those was meant for McCain. Even though he's clearly pressing Obama. Like
That was a great little joke. I wonder if that was when you see those things, it always makes me wonder if it's like how close to the date it's written and produced. Because, you know, this isn't South Park. They can't be cranking out episodes in 48 hours. Like Simpsons takes time. So I wonder how far in advance they knew. Like the second they found out it was going to come down to McCain and Obama, did they write the scene and like send it off to Korea or whatever to get animated, and like so it was all set. Like, I wonder how that works.
Well, it's a good point, but I feel like because it's such a short segment, like a short part of it, it probably doesn't take as long to create. So they probably leave like little bits and pieces of like not the placeholder, but the episodes they know they're always going to have, right? Like they're always going to have a treehouse for the most part, as long as, you know, there have been seasons of Simpsons now. There's been a treehouse of horror. So, and they usually do like a Simpsons Christmas episode of some kind and like a trip, right? They always go on a vacation. They always like travel somewhere. So like they always have the ability to have a little nuanced joke. They could probably slip in because it's not as big, but no, it's a good point. How far in advance would they have had to consider that to include it, even though it's still a small?
Yeah, because those take time. Those take a lot of time. Even though they've moved to the digital animation, I'm sure, you know, that sped up the process, but by how much and how much advance, like these things, I don't know. It feels like that's something that you're right. They would have probably had to send in knowing in advance that it was going to be used for the Halloween episode before they even had their Halloween episode. That could have very well been the case. That's one of the things I would totally ask them if I ever got to sit down with like Al Jean or Mike Reese or any of those people. All right. Tell us about story number 1, Amanda.
Story number 1. So this one, story number 1 of this treehouse, this sketch, the first sketch, is a play on the 2000 and so this here in 2008. So 2007 was when Transformers came out, right?
You've even thought of that, the correlations. Yeah, you're right. Summer
Okay.
2007.
Yeah, okay, so literally not the direct Halloween after, but the year after, and it was a pretty big movie. This is a parody of Transformers, and it's called Trans Morphs. I keep wanting to say Trans Morphers, and that's wrong. So I held it back, but I still said it. I got it out. But yeah, this sketch, it's a parody of Transformers, but in a different way. I kind of like how they, you know, they put a little bit of a twist on it. It's like a Christmas story.
Yeah.
It's not yeah, it's not a traditional like, oh, it's Halloween, it's fall, it's, you know. They did include that in this episode, which was good because they should always have, you know, in my mind something that's a nod to Halloween. But yeah, this sketch was Christmas themed, and it's Bart looking for a gift for Lisa, and he goes to like a toy store. He's like, "Oh, what can I find cheap?" And he's like digging through, you know, the bargain bin. I like how he finds like the Montreal Expos jersey and like a bunch of random things. And yeah, basically you know, an Optimus Prime, so to speak, kind of rolls up and shines his lights on him, and he's like, "No, I need something for girls. This is for Lisa." Like he talks to it, and then it transforms into like a Malibu Stacy. I almost said Barbie. Malibu Stacy car, which is like the pink Barbie Ferrari or you know, or the Corvette, whatever. I feel like Stacy would drive a Corvette. Barbie drove a Ferrari.
Yeah.
Stacy drove
a Corvette tracks with Stacy.
Yeah, definitely. Stacy definitely drove a Corvette. So he brings it home, gives it to Lisa, and then it just pretty much awakens all of the other trans morphs that are in the house, like starting with the ones in Lisa's room, which I think it is my favorite quote in the episode, where it's like showing you all the Transformers, you know, coming to life. And then and you see like what looks like I guess a girl version of like a boombox. For people who don't know what that is, like a stereo, like a disc radio, like a disc playing radio. I don't know. I don't know what that is apparently.
With every word, you're making us sound older and older.
Yeah, older and older. It's a telegraph. put this over my head like a babushka. But yeah, and it turns into what kind of looks like, I guess, a female transformer, and it says its name is Melody in like the deepest male voice ever.
Melody.
Yeah, Melody. Like they're all announcing themselves as they transform. Anyway, so all of these, trans morphs start taking over the Simpsons household. Ben Springfield and everyone is kind of like, either dying or being, taken out by the trans morphs. They're all different crazy things. And Marge asks them, what's going on? What started this crazy, alien, like multi-galaxy war? Like what happened? And they're like, we can't remember. So immediately they turn on, the people of Earth. So, which is great. Which is what an alien species would do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. The different kinds of transmorphs that they came up with. There was so much variety, and I have to give it credit for that right away because as a I'm a I was never a Transformers fan really. I watched like one episode of the cartoon as an adult just to see what it was like, and I was like, okay, this is whatever. Um, it definitely did not age well. And then I had seen the movies as they were coming out, and the first like two movies, I was like, these are fun, I like them, and then it started sliding downhill real fast. But the variety of Transformers that we got in those movies, anyway, in those live action movies, is put to shame by this episode. Just the sheer amount, every one of those transmorphs they showed us, I was like, I would watch this cartoon. If this was a Saturday morning cartoon with these characters fighting, I would watch this because these guys look interesting. And they have these interesting ways that they interact with the human world. Like that that one that was the jumbo jet, like the 747. And those, when the other guy fights him, he hits him in the stomach and he pukes out all of his passengers, and all these humans come flying out. And I love just the speed with which like one transmorph will just show up and then just immediately start walloping another one, and it's just no words are even wasted. It's
one after another.
It worked as a great parody of the idea of Transformers as this like war between these two factions, and we're like, yeah, but what are they fighting for? Like it does a great job of poking fun of those inconsistencies. And I mean, it's an easy target. I know it's a cheesy Saturday morning cartoon show, and those were made to sell toys first and write scripts second. But man, this was a blast seeing all those character designs. Were you like a Transformers person at all? Was that ever your jam?
You know what? I kind of was. Like my brother was really into it, so I was very familiar. Megatron was always cool. Like the Decepticons were always sick. Like I liked the variation, like Starscream and like all the, like you said, the variation. The actual Transformers were all just like trucks or cars. So like, and their names weren't as, like Bumblebee and like weren't as fun as the Decepticons. So those were, that was always a fun little cartoon, or the toys that he had. Like, cause they're a few years older than me, right? It's kind of retro at the time when I was, this is a vintage toy. Like an abacus. It's like an Optimus Prime. No, I'm kidding. No, but I agree. It would be great to see like a parody version of Transformers as a cartoon of just like everyday regular items, because that's what it was. Like literally everything was a Transformer. Like you could turn around and everything was it's almost like the show, like, is it cake? Like everything is cake.
Is it a Decepticon?
Is it a Decepticon? It is. Vanilla. Like,
And that became like a trend not too long ago. I want to say within the last 10-15 years, where there were parody cartoons. Like I think there was one, I don't remember the name, but it was a cartoon about like woodland creatures, but it was like super dark, and it was making fun of like the whole Winnie the Pooh, Friends of the Forest kind of thing. I don't know if you know the one I mean. And I've never seen it, but I've just heard about it, and that became a thing. So I'm surprised that never crossed paths with the Transformers world. Yeah, we're a little bit young. Like that was early 80s. That was a big thing, like alongside with He-Man and stuff. But we were in the right age group for they had that spin-off in the 90s, Beast Wars. Do you remember that? That was like a big every boy when I was in like grade 4 or 5, every boy was like, man, Beast Wars is the best thing ever.
Yeah. This is like they were somehow vehicles, but also wild animals. Some sort of transportation, and also a leopard or like a cheetah or something, right? And there was also Beetleborgs. Like, what was that?
Oh yeah, that was like a
That
Power
was like,
Rangers knockoff.
but it was like supernatural.
Oh,
Like I don't know. I have no. Yeah, okay. See, I'm not familiar with that either. Like, like a little with Power Rangers because I just didn't care. By the time I was like, nah, I'll read a Stephen King book. Like,
you were the smart one. I fell on the Power Rangers bandwagon pretty hard. It only lasted like a year, but I was in it. I was in it.
I liked the pink one because she did gymnastics, and I was like, I like gymnastics. I'll be the pink
I like
one.
the pink one too for different reasons, but yeah.
That comment works on more than one. Anyway, that's funny. That's funny. Okay, yeah, good times. What was your favorite quote from that sketch?
I'm gonna save it because it's my favorite quote of the episode.
Oh,
It was
okay.
yeah, it was too good, and I was like, yeah, this is the one. All right.
Fair. I think I know what it was actually.
You probably do.
I guess I'm pretty sure I know what it is. Yeah, I know exactly which one it is actually. Oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to you.
I'll do my best to reenact it when
you have to.
Yeah.
Okay.
So after a commercial break that we didn't have to bother with because we saw this after the fact, we got How to Get Ahead in Deadvertising, where Maggie gets dropped off by Homer at a daycare, and there's a big mural with Krusty on it, and he's like, "Oh, look, Maggie, look at Krusty. That'll keep you occupied for 8 hours, so you stop crying." But Krusty happens to, take umbrage with the fact that his face is on these murals, so he has them sandblasted, his likeness sandblasted from all the murals, which apparently that was a real thing that Disney did with daycares, where they're like, "Oh, it's unauthorized use of our characters," and they like started like trying to throw like lawyers into the mix and everything. And I think it was WB. It might have been like Bugs Bunny or something who was like, oh no, it was Hanna-Barbera. I literally was just reading this the other day because I was reading about Scooby-Doo because I'm writing a Scooby-Doo script. But Hanna-Barbera was like, you can use our characters. We don't give a shit. So
yeah, for children. It's like free advertisement.
Exactly. So Disney came along and threw money away because that's how smart they are. And then Hanna-Barbera came along and was like, yeah, man, let's paint the wacky racers in this daycare. Why not? So lesson learned. Lesson not learned. Disney's still making stupid mistakes. But obviously Maggie is not happy that Krusty's face gets sandblasted. So Homer goes to have words with him and accidentally he accidentally throws him into a wood chipper. He pulls a Tucker and Dale and hits him right into the wood chipper.
Just a minute to say, add as the verb or the adjective.
Yeah,
Tucker and Dale.
He got Tucker and Dale. And then two ad executives, they approach Homer and they realize, oh, you're really good at killing celebrities. And when a celebrity dies, we can use their likeness to our advantage because we don't have to get permission from them, which is kind of hitting home right now in a lot of ways. So they hire Homer as this celebrity assassin. And he starts killing people. He kills George Clooney. He kills Neil Armstrong. He kills Prince. And then all the dead celebrities in heaven, they're upset by this, so they decide to march on the earth and just start killing everybody. With Homer basically being their main target, but they go after all the mortals. And Krusty gets his revenge, and his ghosts his apocalypse ghost or apocalypse angel rather kills Homer, and now Homer's in heaven with Abe Lincoln, who may or may not have a thing.
May or not be gay.
Yeah, Abe Lincoln is swinging for the other side of the fence up ahead. He's learning.
I can't remember where it was, but they make a joke about how they're like, "Nah, Abe Lincoln wasn't gay, but he did die from dancing all night with his male roommate, or no, his male roommate died of dancing all night, something like that to that effect." His male roommate, what? Yeah.
We get a great, a nice throng of dead celebrities up there, including a nice Jimmy Stewart, which always makes me happy. Any excuse to see Jimmy Stewart and anything. It was a good impression of him too. I wasn't sure which voice actor was doing Jimmy, but he got him down pretty well.
Spot on, actually. And yeah, it would be really unnerving for there to be like an evil version of Jimmy Stewart. It just wouldn't sit. That would be like
wouldn't
really terrifying. Like weird.
It's so wholesome. I wouldn't like him as a Bond villain. You know, Mr. Bond, I'm gonna have to ask you to die now. Like I wouldn't be able to handle that.
You know what? Oh my God. Now that, okay, have you ever, sorry, I don't need to divert, but the Jimmy Stewart thing, okay. We do this. We have tangents. That's why it's a podcast, right? Okay. So, have you seen the movie Bones and All?
No, I haven't.
Okay. So, it's pretty good. If I won't spoil it for anyone, but in it, it's it's Timothy Chalamet, as Adam Sandler calls him, but Timothy Chalamet, and another actress. I forget her name right now; it escapes me, but she's really good at it. Taylor something. Anyhow, the antagonist in the movie is like a really like unsuspecting person who's sort of like Jimmy Stewart. Now that I think about it, and he is so unsettling and creepy, and I never really thought about it or put it together at the time. Is he doesn't necessarily like physically resemble him, and the movie is almost it's a scary movie, but it's almost like a realistic horror movie, and it's sort of about like I guess you could say kind of like a mix between like cannibals but like vampires because they're like not just humans.
Ooh, cool.
So yeah, so the bad guy is kind of like a weird evil Jimmy Stewart now that I come to think of it. So yeah.
I like this description. This must have been early Chalamet because this sounds like something that now he would consider himself above.
I think it's from like 2020 or 2022. It's not, it's within the last like 5 years, I feel like. And here we go Googling again.
There we go on the Google bus. That's okay. Yeah, that sounds great. Bones and All. I'm gonna take a dive into that because I would love to see me some Jimmy Stewart-esque fill in there.
2022.
22. Wow, it's very recent.
Yeah.
That's like the same year as Dune Part 1, I think. Wow, okay. Cool.
Okay, so the guy who's sort of Jimmy Stewart-ish, his name is Mark Rylance. I don't know if you think he.
Oh, yes, I know Mark Rylance. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's British, and he kind of talks like this. He has like a very just gentle affect.
Yeah.
Voice. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I can already see it in my head, and that sounds really fun. Okay.
Yeah, you should watch it. Okay, back to The Simpsons.
Back to The Simpsons. All right. It's okay. I mean, these are horror movies, and they're Treehouse of Horror, so it fits the theme. Hell, I have a recommendation for you while we're at it before we move on to the Grand Pumpkin. It's like a 2-year-old movie now, maybe even less, but it was bananas. I loved it. It's called It's What's Inside.
Oh, that movie was great.
Wasn't it great? I know you love it. Yeah.
I really liked how before, and it's not to to ruin or spoil anything, but I really liked how one of the characters was like, "Oh yeah, I'm an artist," and I like to do like I hide things in drawings if you put different colors on top. And they kind of use that throughout the movie to kind of show you different things when the color changes. I've really liked how they did that. Yeah,
So that's smart. And that was his first movie, that director. He wrote and directed him. So that's his first. I'm like, yeah, give me more.
yeah,
Give me more.
I really liked it. Yeah, it was good. Great recommendation. Yeah,
All right. Tell us about the Grand Pumpkin Millhouse.
the Millhouse. The Grand Pumpkin Millhouse. So this is the third sketch, and it is a full-on parody of it's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, which I can honestly say, like, I've seen it, but I've never really cared about it. And I'm just like, oh yeah, okay, Charlie Brown. I got like an antique, like, whatever. I don't know what were your thoughts on Charlie Brown and like
Charlie Brown, I liked it. Growing up, it had this cool, it was just such a chill kind of vibe whenever you watched Charlie Brown. It was its own thing. And it, for some reason, it makes me nostalgic, even though it takes place in a time I wasn't born for. Particularly the Great Pumpkin episode, and any episode where it's like you see like a holiday or the seasons play a part of it, because they would always nail the vibe, whether it was summer, fall, winter, whatever. So I like it.
Yeah. No, that's fair. No, I just never really like I saw it, but I never really like cognizantly thought about like, oh, I'm watching Charlie Brown. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So seeing it, it was just like, oh yeah, it was just Charlie Brown. Like I've seen it 100 times. Like I never really. It's almost like it was pre-programmed. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
and
like
it's
I've
not
seen
like,
it.
and it wasn't on regularly. It was always just kind of like a special thing. Like it would come on TV. Like you couldn't set your watch to it, so you like, oh, I guess I'm gonna watch the Charlie Brown Easter because it's on now, right? Like it was just you kind of got forced into it whenever it was around.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Where I'm like, I never sought it out, but I didn't like. I was never like, oh yeah, we gotta watch it. We gotta watch it. And if it was on, I wouldn't be like, oh, turn it off. I don't want to see this. Like, oh yeah, okay. Yeah, but it's like I was indifferent to it.
Yeah.
But it's good. You know what I mean? As an adult thinking back on it, I'm like, oh yeah, it's Charlie Brown. Okay. Yeah, classic. But at the time of like, as a kid, actual Charlie Brown, I was just like, oh yeah, okay, it's Charlie Brown. Yeah, I know about it. Seen it all. Like Bugs Bunny, you know what I mean? Like, and Roadrunner. Similar to that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's a parody of that. So instead of Charlie Brown, it's Millhouse. And you see all, again, it's one of those classic Simpsons sort of episodes where they plug and play characters into the characters that fit the parody. So in this instance, I feel like Millhouse works for this.
He does.
He's
so put upon. He's the object of so much misfortune. He's the perfect Charlie Brown.
Yeah, it works. And unlike the Great Pumpkin, for Charlie Brown, for Millhouse, it's a horrific and traumatizing event because Pumpkin comes to life from his tears and immediately just starts, seeing all the pumpkins being carved up and slashed, and Millhouse gives him pumpkin bread made of pumpkins, and he throws it up and seeks revenge, like almost within like the first second of interacting with Millhouse. But yeah, he kills Homer. I think groundskeeper Willie, he gets it. I liked that in this sketch you see Kang and Kodo because they're kind of dancing in the party. But yeah, so Millhouse, eventually, after waiting for the Great Pumpkin and, causing it to seek revenge and going on a murderous rampage, it goes into the dance looking for Millhouse. And Lisa is there and she sees it, and, Millhouse kind of explains what's happening. Lisa realizes, oh, this is from your imagination. Like, I'm going to make you think of something else to imagine. And she makes him think of Tom Turkey. And he appears to basically kill the giant pumpkin. And the way he does it, I have to say, is pretty like badass. He goes full Fruit of the Loom cornucopia to her pumpkin and lets it out. But thankfully, he does save the people that the large pumpkin ingested, being Homer, Willie, and I almost forgot Nelson, who attempts to, save himself by using another pumpkin as a hostage. But the giant pumpkin is an open racist, and it doesn't work because the pumpkin is yellow and not an orange pumpkin. Yeah, because it was a very layered parody. It was I feel like unlike a lot of the other maybe Simpsons parodies for the Halloween sketches, where I think this one was, maybe it's early to call it, but one of my favorite sketches of the episode, where a more like parody based maybe haven't been in previous Tales from the Treehouse.
That's a good point. Yeah, the parody ones usually fall flat, don't they?
Yeah, they usually do. But this one, it was good. I really liked how the pumpkin was, evil. Just ate everything. And his commentary on all the pumpkin related activities were hilarious. Like, like with the pumpkin seeds, when he sees them, he's like, "You roast the unborn?" Like, I think, yeah, I always give away my favorite quotes, but that's probably my favorite quote of the episode.
Yeah, that, like, everything that the Grand Pumpkin says, like, his voice is so bombastic, but just like you can right away before he reacts, how he's going to react when he finds this information, but it's still funny. Like when he sees that loaf and he's like, "Oh, a loaf made especially for pumpkins," and then Milhouse is gonna break the bad news, and then he reacts exactly like you would, and with the vomit, it's just great. A lot of vomiting in this episode, but totally worth it.
Yeah. The pumpkin was just disgusted by humanity, and I mean, I can't blame him for most of it. Milhouse is just poor representation for children. Humans tried to give pumpkin cannibalism. Like, man, cannibalism is the theme of this episode.
Yeah, clearly. And seeing the kids as Peanuts characters, it tickles just a nice little part of my Charlie Brown loving brain, especially seeing Ralph Wiggum as Pigpen with the dirt smoke billowing off of him. Yep,
Yeah.
that's him. That's Ralph. They matched everybody really well. Even having Bart and Lisa as or rather just Lisa. I think Lisa as Sally Brown at work, because you have the reverse where Milhouse is really into her, and with Bart as like the Charlie Brown character being her brother, it all really fit together really well. And it none of the plug and play, like you mentioned, and none of it felt forced. None of it felt like they're just putting the character in the costume and saying, "Look, it's Marge as the queen from Game of Thrones."
Yeah,
it all just fits well. The characters suit the storyline and the style of Peanuts very well, and of course, seeing them all dance on the stage the way that the Peanuts kids dance is come on, that's heaven.
it's classic. I really liked how they did the animation. Like, they changed the animation to look like the Peanuts animation, and they had the classic, like, the adults talking, like via Marge playing the trombone, like with the muffled, like the muting pad or whatever.
I forgot about that until you mentioned it.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, that it was definitely probably my favorite sketch of the episode for sure. Yeah,
I think I might be right there with you. Okay, let's go with quotes and then let's rank these.
Yeah, I think my favorite quote is, let me look. Yeah, when he says, "You roast the unborn." Yeah, when he's like, just yeah, or he's like, "Your God is wrong." Like Ralph says that because of the pumpkin. Those are the best.
true.
Your God is wrong. Yeah, those are two of my favorite quotes. Yeah.
Oh, amazing. Mine, like I said, mine comes from the Trans Morphs, the untitled robot parody or whatever they wanted to call it. And as all of the robots are gathering in Lisa's room, they're calling each other out and they're like, let's go, let's meet up. And then you see one robot walk into the room and the leader goes, sex toy, where have you been? And he says, where haven't I been?
Yeah. I knew that would be your favorite. I don't know how. Because of the just the witty, where haven't I been? And almost like Quagmire way of responding. Like that. Yeah.
He reminded me so much of that guy when Homer has his triple bypass and Patty and Selma find a new guy for Marge, and they bring in that sleazy guy, and they're like, "Oh, we really hope Homer pulls through," and he's like, "Not me."
It's like schmarmy. Yeah.
Oh,
Too funny. I knew it.
Yeah.
Good choice. Good choice.
I bet it couldn't have gone any other way, predictable as it might be. All right. Ranking time.
All right.
So I'll start here. I guess the bottom two are kind of close. They were really close, but I have at number 3 the untitled robot parody, the Trans Morphs. I have that as my third place. And I really liked it. It was more visual gags than anything super clever, barring that great line. So it had a couple great one-liners for sure. Melody was awesome too, but yeah, it was a lot of great fun visual gags, kind of like the one before where everybody turns into their costume. It's like, yeah, awesome. Just looking at what's on the screen is funny, but it didn't stick with me in terms of like the story it told wasn't memorable. Because it just it's one of those ones that just ended with a shrug and they're like, oh, we don't know why we're fighting. Let's kill everyone else. Yeah. So that was what put it in number 3, but
yeah. Agreed. No, agreed. They just were foosball people at the end, and yeah, I don't know. It was fun, and I liked the melody, or that was really funny. And the variety of the different transmorphs, right?
Yeah.
But saying that was really difficult. I can't wait to not talk about this sketch again. Just because it's a tongue twister. I liked the use of Psycho Killer. That was good in the second sketch. By the Talking Heads. Which was a nice little musical recall, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like other than the few quotes, yeah, it wasn't a memorable sketch for me. The first one, and I was kind of a fan of Transformers. I don't know. Yeah, I couldn't remember a lot of what happened. I'm glad I wrote, I take notes when we do this podcast, right? I had to write it down. I really had to read what I wrote down for that one because I could not remember any of it. But I'm like, oh, I remember the song in the second sketch. You know what I mean? That tells you something, right?
Yeah, it goes to show. So it was your number 3 as well?
It was my number 3, yeah.
All right. So we might be matching here, my friend, because my number 2 is How to Get Ahead in Advertising.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. This was fun. This was another great example of you can build a whole episode of The Simpsons out of this, and you'd have plenty of room to spare for a part 2 if you want to. There's a lot here.
Yeah, it was probably the most imaginative one, sketch, not just in this episode, but I feel like a few of the more recent Treehouse episodes. There isn't a lot like it. It's similar to where he not quite the same, but it's kind of similar to when Homer becomes deaf. But this is a bit more of a dark twist to it, which is kind of funny. It's not, just the same play on, oh, it's the Grim Reaper. Oh, everything is the devil. So it's kind of a nice twist, but it is still good to have a Halloween related sketch in the episode, the the Charlie Brown one, parody. Even if, not everything is specifically a parody of like a horror movie or it's kind of different. So it was a little different. I liked it.
Yeah. It's doing its own thing. And yeah, it's doing horror in a different way than what you expect, but it is still horrific. So it does still feel like it belongs. I wish I had written down the details of the commercials that they make once the celebrities die, because I remember them all being really funny, but I watched this like a couple weeks back and I can't remember exactly what there was one that was like a Planet of the Apes thing, but it was
Yeah.
food.
Yes,
So,
like a Mountain Dew or something, but it would like oh yeah, I think
it's the most tasteless stuff.
Yeah, it was all super tasteless. Like they kind of showed them all in kind of like a sequence really quickly. I don't recall them all, but I remember all the people who died. It was like George Clooney, Prince, Neil Armstrong, and then they're all
right. There's all that montage, like you're saying. It was the psycho killer montage. So they were
yeah. He choked and stabbed Prince with his guitar. That was creative.
Yes, even his murders were creative.
Yeah. He just touched all kinds of evidence, and but yeah, he's like fuck his guitar, and like, oops, sorry, I swore, but yeah, kill him with it because he smashed it over his head as well. Like he really got Prince with that. Homer does not like Prince. I take from that episode. I'm a big fan. Homer is not. Yeah, no, it was funny, and I liked how it was like heaven, and then all the famous people are like, let's kill everybody. And they're literally charging down from the sky on Pegasus? Pegasi?
They become like the horsemen of the apocalypse, just floating down there.
Yeah, with
beautiful
full-on handguns, like handguns from heaven. Like when you trade them in, that's where they send them. Like that would be terrifying. You want to like nail people?
It reminded me a little bit of the movie This Is the End, the Seth Rogen movie. And I feel like you could make a similar movie with this concept and have a lot of fun with it. Like imagine, three people in this situation. You got your three protagonists and they're like, oh, we have to go kill George Clooney. And it's actually George Clooney playing himself getting murdered by these people. Like that would be a sensational, funny movie. And it really gave off those This Is the End kind of vibes.
Well, people are running out of ideas, so they're probably going to start going back to Simpsons episodes for some.
They might as well at this point.
I'm sure people already have. We just haven't noticed. So many episodes.
And then our number one is Instagram Pumpkin Millhouse. Like, yeah. How do I think the best way to word this is when it comes to the actual Halloween special, the actual Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown Halloween special, there are certain shots in that, and I say shots, it's animated, but you know what I mean. There's certain shots where it's like you see Linus is in the pumpkin patch and you see the dark night sky of Halloween night, and you can kind of hear that the kids are off in the neighborhood trick-or-treating and he's alone having fun. And it's so perfectly atmospheric for what Halloween is in my head, especially an older Halloween, like one that I maybe was a bit before my time, but that's sort of, there's just a charm to it that's kind of retro, but it would still fit today. And this segment, not only is it really funny and not only it has like these great horror moments, but it has a lot of those same shots. You see Milhouse in the pumpkin patch and you see the night sky of Springfield, and you're just like, I feel like I'm in that vibe again. And this came out in 2008 and it somehow recreates that retro vibe from 40 years earlier when the Peanuts thing would have come out. And so that makes me happy. And to top it all off, I love, like, my favorite kind of monster is anything with a jack-o'-lantern head on its shoulders. So this scratched so many itches for me. I'm like, there's no way this is not number one. I adore those kinds of monsters. Give me like a jack-o'-lantern franchise of just a slasher who looks like that, and I'll be locked in for every one of those movies.
Have you ever seen Pumpkinhead?
It's on my list. It's on my list. You'd think I would with this very specific love that I have. It's on my list.
I was gonna say it's a very niche like affinity. Very niche.
It's like, oh man, this guy's really into blue cat aliens. He's never seen Avatar though. That's a little...
Yeah. Have you ever seen Trick or Treat?
Oh yeah, I love Trick.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Is one
Sam, the little man with his little lollipop. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's yeah, I completely agree with you. Number one, definitely my favorite sketch in the episode for the same reasons. And I don't know, it had really funny quotes, while still embodying in that reminiscent feel of like the 1970s cartoon of Charlie Brown, of the animation, like you said, of when he's in the pumpkin patch and Lisa like ditches him and she goes in and he's like looking at the school, or she's looking at the school, and like they're all inside and like dancing to the music, and like it's like night everywhere. Yeah, it's the sound engineering was like perfect for that. Like they did a really good job. Like you almost forget at times what you're watching when they do episodes as well as they do like that.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, oh yeah, this was The Simpsons. I forgot, but that's why it works so well. Some other of the parodies, like they don't. But I think overall, like this episode the sketch was funny. A lot of like religious related jokes in this, and I forgot the other joke in the second sketch, the death advertisements, where Homer was about to die. He's like, wait, what's the one true religion? He's like, it's a mix of voodoo and Methodist. and the other one, then Ralph is like, your God is wrong. He's like all these like hilarious like religious related undertones in these episodes. It's really funny. But yeah, I think overall like the sketch was good. It was the best one, and it had good jokes, even if it didn't have my favorite quote, but it had good quotes.
Yeah, 100%. I couldn't agree more with you. We'll get a T-shirt to that effect because that's something up. Yeah.
Yeah. All pumpkins are racist.
We just admit it.
I just admit it. Yeah. Against other pumpkins. Like only against other pumpkins, guys. Only against other pumpkins.
Oh, that's wild. If I still owned it, because I used to have these all physically, but if I still owned it, my book recommendation for today would be there was a Goosebumps book called Attack of the Jack-o'-lanterns. And if you Google the artwork for it, the 90s artwork, because they've made other ones since, like just picture like a 7-year-old me or an 8-year-old me just staring at that for hours on end. Yeah. Do you see the art? There's like a group of teenagers and they have like a dog and they're all jack-o'-lantern people. I'm just like, give me that. Hook that to my veins.
I thought I was weird. No, okay. It's a new one. I like it. Very interesting. Hilarious. So, do you have a book recommendation this week, Andrew?
I do. I'm really excited about this one. There's no jack-o'-lanterns in it, so automatically take away 1-star rating.
I was gonna say, I'm less excited. But
so yeah. We can add one posthumously because it would kind of fit the theme here. But I've been hoping, I've been crossing my fingers that you have never heard of this book, because to be the one to reveal this to you, like I'm hoping like I'd get to see that look on your face. But
Okay.
it was kind of popular when it came out, so I feel like you have your finger on the pulse of these things. You would have heard of it. So I went with the book called S, which is the 19th letter of the alphabet. Hence why I saved it for our 19th episode. Um, and it's by Doug Dorst and, believe it or not, J.J. Abrams. They teamed up and made this book. So you haven't heard of S?
No.
Oh, this is exciting. This is almost as exciting as Jack-o'-lanterns, but we'll do my best.
Oh, well, I'm ready to be, excited then.
So this is a very one-of-a-kind book. It is designed to look like, it comes in a slipcase, and it's designed to look like a very old library book, complete with the library ISBN code or whatever that is, the Dewey Decimal Index.
Yeah.
That's called, with that sticker on it. And it's this fake novel from the early 20th century called Ship of Theseus by a fake author named V.M. Straka. So this is not a real book, and that's not a real author. But the story is that this is a library book of this author who was sort of like an early revolutionary. I think in the around the time of the First World War, around then, like kind of fighting fascism in like parts of Europe and stuff. And he was part of this sort of cabal of revolutionaries. And then one day he very mysteriously vanished. And so the whole world knows of him. He's kind of like a Hemingway level author, and the whole world knows of him. And he's like this big unsolved mystery of like, what happened to V.M. Straka? And this is his last book that he wrote before he died. And so you have this library copy, even with like yellowed pages and such. But here's the kicker, Amanda. I have to be very careful how I open this. It is you get a story within a story, because there are two characters. I think their names are, oh boy, I don't remember their names, but it's a guy and a girl who go to this university, and they start a relationship with each other, but they don't meet in person. They start the relationship by leaving each other notes in the margin of this library book that they pass back and forth. And that's her writing, and that's him. And they just start this long impersonal relationship where they're trying to solve the mystery of what happened to V.M. Straka. And as they're trying to solve it, they slowly start developing feelings for each other. And as time goes on, like you can tell time is passing because like their handwriting changes and they use like different pens and such. And it's just a really, there's nothing else like it. And like they leave each other like notes, like he'll be like, I photocopied this thing and I left it in here for you. And like she'll ask and she'll say like, here's an example, here's a reason why I couldn't meet you today, even though I promised I would. And it's like blotched with tears because she's like crying when she writes it. It's nuts. It's so,
that's cool.
Yeah. And there's really nothing else like it out there. And there's all kinds of puzzles inside. And so there's like a wheel that helps you solve puzzles. But they really like, I have so much fun revisiting this book every time I do. And it's penned as, like they said it here, J.J. Abrams and Doug Dorst, they say that they made this book as a love letter to the written word. So yeah, it's very, very neat. And the mystery is fun. It's exciting. And I love that whole era of like the Hemingway era of authors and all like the weird shenanigans they got up to. And if you're into that sort of thing, the story of Straka and like his friends is it's going to scratch an itch real nicely for that.
Yeah, I think I might go and get that book this weekend. That sounds really good. Yeah. Yeah, awesome. Totally. Good choice. Great choice. Okay. That's awesome. I love like a book within a book. There's a book that I have as well. I think I recommended where it's sort of like that, but it's someone writing in the margin. But the book is about the person. And they're like, oh, I read the book, basically. And they're like writing the notes about it. It's one I recommended way earlier on. But yeah, I love that kind of thing. So thank you. Yes. Read it. Love a good book. Okay, my recommendation is kind of on a theme of like not it's not scary, but like bad, like oh bad stuff, like oh
Mm.
not the greatest stuff. But it's called Humans: A Brief History of How We Fucked It All Up, and it's a really really great book. It's obviously nonfiction, but so what it's all about is basically um kind of like an overall, and it's in chapters, so there's like theme chapters, but it's all about how basically we've just made different mistakes throughout history, impacting different themes or different parts of either like civilization or like our lives or the world. Like one being like how we really messed up by becoming like agrarian and not being like nomadic,
Oh,
and how like
cool.
that impacted like the environment a lot in certain places, and like how we have to like ship food around, and like yeah, anyway, our population exploded instead of just like moving around, and how that like humanity really badly impacts the environment with our footprint. Like that's a good example. It also talks about like the start of World War I, and like the chain of like understandings that happened, and like the poor diplomacy, and like probably some lack or mistranslation, and like the alliances, and like that led to like the Archduke of Ferdinand, or him being assassinated, like
Mhm.
France Ferdinand. Um yeah, like it's like I think another chapter is like Titanic, like how they were
Mm.
so overconfident and like ignored iceberg warnings, and like they're
Human
eating.
hubris.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they keep hubris, right? I love saying that, but but yeah, like just other things like nuclear weapons. Like, why do we create them? Like, why would we continue to develop such just a dangerous like arms, and like the arms race for it? Like things like that. So it's a
Mhm.
really like interest. Like it's scary to think of all those things, but it's a really like good book, and it like makes you think. Like, why are we doing? Like, what is the reason? And it kind of puts into perspective like examples and patterns of like I said already, overconfidence, but like ignoring experts, and like fact, like major groupthink, people being greedy like amongst over everything else, right? Like
Yeah.
refusal to admit mistakes, very common themes that are happening right now in many places. Um,
Uh-huh.
yeah, so it's a good book. It's a fun way to look at things from a different perspective, where you might think, oh well, no, it was great that we became agrarian. Well, there's other ways to look at things, right?
Yeah.
There's cons to pros as well. Um, so yeah, I really liked it. I would recommend it. It was a fun read. Tom Phillips.
Did that? I think that came out just like a year or two ago, right? Like I remember seeing that in Indigo not too long ago.
I've had it for a few years. Someone actually bought it for me. They were like, because like my friends and I, we do like gift exchanges, and I think that year we did a book exchange. Is it from 2019?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is from 2019. A couple years old, yeah. But hey, the pandemic feels like everything was like 2 years ago still. Like I
I
can't
know, right?
believe it's.
All right, two great books. I like this. This is awesome. And now we have one treehouse left to go over, and then after that, we got to rank all those suckers.
Ranking them.
That's exciting. It's gonna be hard. I'm scared to rank them at the same time, even though I'm excited to rank them.
Yeah,
Uh,
I was just about to say it's going to be the hardest part of it all.
yeah,
Can't recall them and then be like, like critically actually be like, which ones did I like the best? Yeah.
I know. I'm just doing the Fanny Awards right now on my YouTube channel, which is my yearly uh award show, which is like Oscars but better because it's not the Oscars. And every year it's always just like such an uphill struggle of like What were the ones I liked? Like, how do I narrow it down to 10? And what makes this one number 10 and this one number 11? Like, that little it there's so many top 10 lists out there in the world and people take for granted they're not easy to make.
They're not, but I'm finding lately that I'm liking less and less. So it's like the stuff I probably like from last year, it's probably not even 10.
Your tastes have become more discerning.
I've become more critical of things, but I don't know. You don't know. Your taste shifts, your palate changes, right? I don't know.
Yeah. I found the opposite this year. I was like, everything from 2025 was fun. Even I have a most disappointing award, and my 5 nominees, I was like, these are all okay. Like, they're not, nothing in here was like so bad I took offense to it. I was just like, I have to have something at the bottom. So
Something's gotta lose, right?
I'll tell you what wouldn't lose, anything with a jack-o'-lantern in it.
I was just about to say. Wait, did Nosferatu came out? No, it came out 2024.
Yeah, that was my. You didn't like it? I loved Nos. I think that was either my number 2 or my number 1 of that year.
Oh no, I couldn't watch it. I couldn't watch it, man. I couldn't watch it anyway.
Be careful, he's behind you right now. Be careful what
He
you say.
wishes he was. He fucking wishes he was. Kidding. Get out of here. Nosferatu. Take your ship and go somewhere else.
It's very cold in your house.
That's right. That's right, like my hand. Get out of here.
Oh man. Well, 19 episodes in, we still know how to end an episode. I'll tell you that right now. So we haven't lost our touch yet.
Still got it.
Still got it. Hopefully we got it at least one more time, because we'll need it. But until next time, everybody, please don't blame us.
We voted for Kodos.
Well, I voted for Nosferatu, but you decided. Only one of your votes really counted for Kodos anyway. So.
Oh, okay. Well, what can I say? Your God is wrong. Okay. No, I'm kidding.